The new ultra legendary brawler Kaze is finally here, so here's a full guide on how to use her. Now I'll be covering Kaze's mechanics and how she works, the best build that you should use for her, and the game mode she's best in. So stay tuned, okay? And yeah, I still can't believe that I spent $70 on her early access, but it's for the content, okay? It's for the Kashewz community. You better like and subscribe because this brawler is so broken that she nuked my credit card. Now, Kaze's mechanics are very interesting and she's a pretty complicated brawler to learn how to use, but once you watch this entire video, you will easily know how to use her, okay? Now, if you live under a rock, Kaze has two different game modes. Her geisha aspect is similar to Mortis's attack and allows her to dash. She also has a very fast movement speed and reload speed during this aspect, so she is literally Mortis 2.0. Now, you're probably wondering, what in the triangle is that? Now, this triangle is actually really important for Kaze's geisha aspect. Now, if I hit this robot thing without this triangle being on the robot, I only end up dealing 1500 damage on the robot. But if I actually line up this triangle on the robot, you can see that I do 3000 damage. So I literally do double the damage if I line this triangle up on the enemy. Now, if you didn't notice, the triangle actually rotates every time you get the critical attack. So you really need to make sure that you line it up properly each time when attacking enemies. Now, for the geisha aspect super, it pretty much throws this huge circle ball thing and enemies inside of the circle cannot see what's outside. So for example, if I throw the circle thing on this robot right here, he literally cannot see anything outside the circle. So I can literally throw this on an enemy, switch to my other mode, and just spam attack them just like that. And if you actually use your hypercharge with the super, it's pretty much like a Sandy super and enemies take damage inside of the circle. And let me tell you something about these supers, they charge very quick, okay? Now onto Kaze's ninja aspect. Her movement speed is a bit slower than the other aspect and she also has a slower reload speed. Her attack is actually pretty similar to Cordelia's, so there's actually a decent amount of range. Now for her super, she pretty much dashes into an enemy and puts a sticky bomb thing. And listen, that sticky bomb deals 3000 damage, dude. But if you actually use a super with the hypercharge, the sticky bomb instantly blows up and does a good amount of damage to enemies. The first star power is advanced techniques, and this pretty much slows an enemy down by 30% for 2.5 seconds if you hit them in the triangle thing, and that is with the geisha aspect. Now for the ninja aspect, once an enemy is eliminated from the sticky bomb, it will also deal area damage to other players, so it's kind of similar to Squeak. Now the second star power, gratuity included, pretty much removes 34% of ammo instantly from brawlers in the circle storm, and that is during the geisha aspect super. And for the ninja aspect, Kaze is invisible for 50% longer when the gadget is used, and I will explain how the gadgets work right now. Now for the first gadget, Gracious Host, this pretty much switches Kaze from the geisha aspect to the ninja aspect, and she gains 30% movement speed for 2.5 seconds. On the other hand, when Kaze is in the ninja mode and activates the gadget, she switches back to the geisha aspect and heals for 30% of max health. Now the other gadget also switches Kaze from the geisha aspect to the ninja aspect, and she actually becomes invisible for 2 seconds, which is very similar to Mr. Kit Gaming. Now on the other hand, when Kaze is in ninja mode and uses the gadget, she'll switch back to the geisha mode and take a fat dash forward. Now that you know Kaze's mechanics and how she works, I will now be showing you the best build for Kaze, and spoiler alert, it is very broken, okay? And yeah, if you've made it this far into the video, comment your favorite mode for Kaze. Now starting with the gadget, I have been using the Henso Jutsu gadget, and it is probably the greatest gadget for Kaze. Now when I'm in the geisha aspect, I can literally switch to the ninja mode and become invisible. So if I'm in solo showdown, I can go ahead and pop this gadget, become invisible, and find a different bush to camp in. On the other hand, if I'm in an aggressive battle and I'm in ninja mode, I can switch back to the geisha aspect quickly and dash away to heal up. This gadget is honestly really good if you play aggro in 3v3 game modes or even solo showdown. Now onto the star power, I decided to go with gratuity included. Now when I'm playing game modes like gem grab and even solo showdown, in the geisha aspect, I can straight up use my super on an enemy and just spam dash them because of my fast reload speed. They wouldn't really do much against me because 34% of their ammo has poofed away. On the other hand, the star power increases the duration of the gadget by 50% for the ninja mode. So when I switch into the ninja mode, I am invisible for 50% longer, so I can sneak up on enemies and boom, whack them out of existence. Now for this brawler, I'm going to be using the heal gear because I personally take a good amount of damage when playing aggro, so the extra healing really helps. Now the other gear that I'm using is a gadget cooldown gear. This will pretty much help me switch between the aspects much faster. And finally, we have the good old hypercharge, because hypercharges just make brawlers broken and you should definitely have it in your build, okay? Honestly, if you're looking for the best Kaze build, it is right here, okay? This build is really good for pretty much any game mode that you're playing in, so make sure to take advantage of it before it gets nerfed heavy, okay? Now, I decided to play Kaze in every game mode, so here is what I think about this brawler in each game mode. And a quick disclaimer, it's really important to factor which map that you're playing on for each game mode. Some maps could put Kaze at a disadvantage, so make sure to properly analyze the map before playing her. Alright, you guys already know that gem grab is my favorite 3v3 game mode, and it is the GOAT of 3v3 game modes, okay? I used Kaze in gem grab, and she was actually really good in the game mode. With her fast reload speed and critical damage in the geisha aspect, it was really easy to eliminate enemies and get those gems. Now, when securing the gems, it is a good idea to switch to the ninja mode to go invisible and just wait in the corner until time runs out. Her super is also really useful because when enemies are inside, they will lose 34% of their reload speed, and they also can't see what's going on outside the circle. So after I put that super down, I will switch to my ninja mode or even just dash in and whack everyone out of existence. Now, I tried this brawler in Heist, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not even this brawler's fault. This game mode just stinks. I mean, the new Heist rework just makes it so much difficult for Kaze to target the Heist save, and she literally gets melted by brawlers like 8-bit. Now, it is possible to get a few wins in Heist, but this Heist rework honestly just sucks, so I would just avoid this game mode. Now, I don't really think that Kaze is that suitable in Bounty because she can easily be countered by marksmen like Mandy. I mean, Bounty is literally a marksman zone, and Kaze is unfortunately not that good against marksmen unless you can do some crazy dashing techniques. But yeah, you can get away with pushing Kaze in Bounty, but there's honestly better game modes out there for her. Now, Brawl Ball, on the other hand, is a pretty solid game mode for Kaze. Now, you do have to go a bit aggro in Brawl Ball, but with this build, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Now, because of Kaze's ninja mode, she has a longer attack range, so it's much easier to go less aggro. But if it's necessary to go aggro and the enemy team is about to score, for example, the gacha mode can really save you because of the close range attack, fast reload speed, and this triangle thing right over here. Overall, Kaze is a really solid pick in Brawl Ball, and you should definitely play her in this mode. Now, after using Kaze in Hot Zone, I was really surprised to see that she's actually pretty good in this mode. This is obviously because of her super that unleashes a giant circle which enemies cannot see outside of. I mean, you can literally hypercharge and spam the super on the Hot Zone circles, and your enemies can't do anything about it. You can also just switch to your ninja mode, go invisible, and start attacking from the mid-range. So yeah, if you're looking for a game mode other than Brawl Ball and Gem Grab, definitely give Kaze a try in Hot Zone. Okay, I'm gonna keep it short for Knockout, but just avoid this game mode for Kaze. Knockout is literally marksman central, so if you use Kaze, you're literally gonna get spam sniped and whacked out of existence. Kaze doesn't have any crazy insane range, so it's gonna be really hard to get damage in and counter these snipers. I don't even think that you'll have enough time to charge your hypercharge. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, Wipeout 5v5 was the only game mode available, and Kaze was honestly not that bad in this game mode, but it wouldn't be my first choice. Now, Kaze did well in Wipeout, and I managed to get a few eliminations in, but there's honestly so many other game modes out there that are way better for Kaze, especially the next one that I'm about to go through. Now, if you're a Wipeout fan and enjoy the game mode, Kaze is a brawler that can sort of work in this game mode, but again, it wouldn't be my first choice. Now, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Kaze low-key cooks in Showdown. I have been using Kaze in Showdown, and it is just so easy to eliminate enemies. Her fast reload speed in the geisha aspect allows you to catch up to an enemy running away, and if you're ever in an aggro matchup or low in health, just switch into your ninja mode, run into a bush, and wait to heal up. Now, Showdown might be an issue in the higher trophy range because of the amount of teamers, so what do you do in that case? Just whack those teamers out of existence and throw a sticky bomb thing on them. So yeah, overall, the best game modes for Kaze, in my opinion, are Gem Grab, Brawl Ball, Hot Zone, and Showdown game. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, click on this video to see the top 10 best brawlers to max out in Season 38.